Okay, now we are going to make our little dessert. These we are affectionately calling strawberry Pavlovettes. I've made a dessert before, and I know you have as well, where you make this gargantuan meringue like disc, and you put on
several layers.
Yeah, exactly. And you put on the strawberries and whipped cream, and it's delicious. But you gotta cut it and use a fork. And we've decided to, kind of make it a little bit more
individual, and it's easier to serve. We're going to do them in individual. We are actually using margarita glasses for these.
Because let's face it, we have lots of glassware like that. Yeah.
In our family.
So this is very easy. I'm going to have Jennifer start you off with the ever popular meringue, which she is the master at.
And actually, anyone who watched the Mad Men episode will know that I broke out a cookbook from the 1960s called Form Feasts.
Ah, yes.
When I was little and a dork, I used to cook quite a bit at a very tender age, like 11 and 12 and 13. Anyways, I came across the meringue recipe. It is perhaps the easiest recipe known to mankind. And in my 25 years on this earth, maybe a little more, I have tried other meringue recipes and always been disappointed. So let me just tell you what this meringue recipe is, because it's the easiest thing you'll ever make in your life. It is 2 egg whites, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. That is it.
So no cream of tartar,
no nothing, no vanilla, stuff. No anything. 2 egg whites, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And then you can make it exponentially. So basically I doubled this recipe to make these. So I did 4 egg whites, cup and a half. See my math?
You're very good, yeah.
Yeah, nothing gets by me.
And you were told there would be no math. So this is really, this is impressive.
Anyways, so what you do is, the best part about these meringues is I make them at night. And you make them, you whip your egg whites until they hold stiff peaks, then you whip the sugar in, again keeping the stiff peaks, and then I put them in a pastry bag and I make them into little rosettes, which you've done here.
Lovely.
At Christmas I make them into ghosts. Wait for that show.
Christmas? Halloween? There we go.
Halloween.
It's a very scary Christmas at Jennifer's house.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Tim Burton, whatever. So what I do is I pipe these with a pastry bag. If you're not feeling that ambitious, feel free to just drop them like you would a cookie.
See, I don't have a pastry bag. It would be a but they look great. Yeah.
So you preheat the oven to 350. Here's the key part with it though. After you make them, and I put them on wax paper here, you turn the oven off, throw them in, and leave them overnight. You never open the oven. I put a giant sign on my oven so that my children don't open the oven.
Excellent.
My husband.
Do your children open the oven a lot?
Not really,
that
no.
concerns me. But
anyways, when you take them out in the morning, they're nice and crisp, airy, and they peel right off the wax paper, which is great. I did little ones on the top, so you can literally see they just pop right off. It's fabulous. Yeah.
They do pop right off.
They do pop right off. So with that said, there's your meringue, and we're going to take the bigger ones and put them in the bottom part of the.
Love these. They're so good.
The bottom part of your glass, like so.
Alrighty, and so while she's doing that, what I did about a half an hour ago is I took a quart of strawberries? Mm-hmm. Yep, I took a quart of strawberries that I bought at the farmer's market, and you just hull and quarter them. So you cut off the green part and then chop them up in quarters, put them in a Tupperware container. You put in a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. It sounds very weird for someone who's never had this before. It is delectable. Trust me, give it a whirl. Could not be easier. And you literally just put them in a Tupperware container, cover it anywhere from like 15 minutes to 2 hours, sitting in room temperature, and you have this delectable little thing here. So what we're gonna do is just plunk a few of these right on top of the meringues. And I'm going to have Jennifer, what we also did is just do some heavy whipping cream with, a teaspoon of sugar, and you just plunk those right on the top of it.
And then another little tiny meringue hat, if you will.
Oh, what a lovely idea.
Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you, Jennifer, you're so good at this. And then one last thing that we got at the farmer's market was some mint. It is pretty, it smells good, and it makes for a fabulous little garnish. So you just put a little bit of that on. As I said, it smells great, it looks great, and not for nothing, tastes delish. So shall we give it a little whirl here?
Totally.
Okay, make sure you get a piece of that meringue as well.
And the strawberry.
How good is that?
Delicious.
I'm telling you, something about the balsamic and the sugar and the strawberries, I don't know what it is, but it is absolutely phenomenal.
Delicious.
So there you go, strawberry Pavlovettes.